What's up, friends? Thank you for taking the time to join me back on my channel. Like I always state, if you find value in what I talk about, what I bring, let's share the channel, comment, subscribe, just to build our community, bring people together, and just start working to create a bigger and better society by working on what we tell ourselves, what we think, the people we surround ourselves with. And so what's interesting is tonight I'll be discussing a post that my friend had posted on Facebook, and it's very powerful. But there are some things that I've come across in regards with reading a new book. It's Visahini Lakiani's The Buddha and the Badass. And there's a couple of things in here. So it's going to go along with the post that my friend had made. And my buddy's name is Quentin Blanche. And just very powerful to hear what he had to type up. But a couple of things that comes in regards to what I've been reading. One, we're talking about looking at attracting your allies. And one thing that really sticks out is greatness is best achieved with others. Think about that. Greatness is best achieved with others. That's a very powerful thing. Too many of us try to do things on our own, try to accomplish things on our own, but honestly, to do big things, it takes a team. And part of creating a team, building your tribe, building your circle is having a dream, having a vision that others can see and believe in, giving them hope of something bigger and better than themselves as an individual. And then within this aspect of what was written in the book, the greatest gift you can give someone is to invite them to share in a dream. Think about that. If you have a dream, share it with other people. You're going to have some people that won't agree with you. You're going to have some people that are going to try to pull you down and try to make you give up on your dream. But if that's your dream, go after it. The people that are meant to be in your life are going to come. But the biggest thing is you've got to work on yourself on being able to attract these individuals to be part of your circle. And so what Q had written, this also goes in line with this aspect. And this was from a famous physicist, David Bohm, in 1977. He had a lecture at Berkeley, and this was part of his lecture, which is very powerful. For me, it took me a couple times to get my head wrapped around this. And for you, it may be where you may have to watch this a couple of times to really grasp this concept, because it is one of those things that you've got to do the work. You've got to expand your mind, because how you think is going to lead to your feelings, which are going to lead to actions, which is going to lead to results. But what David had spoken was, reality is what we take to be true. What we take to be true is what we believe. What we believe is based upon our perceptions. What we perceive depends upon what we look for. And so your perceptions are going to dictate what you're looking for, what you're finding, what you're attracting. What we look for depends upon what we think. What we think depends upon what we perceive. What we perceive determines what we believe. What we believe determines what we take to be true. What we take to be true is our reality. And so Visahini talks about rules, which is bullshit rules. And it's one of those things that you've got to question sometimes, these things that we're told, the programming that's been put into your head. You've got to question it, because what you've been told, what you've been shown may not fit who you are as an individual. Because there's been studies and they show that by the age of 7, kids really have been ingrained, programmed to believe what is true, what is taught to them. And so this is something that you've got to think about. You've got to look at what you've been told, what you believe, and question those. Because if you don't question, you're going to keep the same paradigm. You're going to keep the same stories that you're telling yourself over and over again. And so there's a reaction that I have here with what Q had typed up. And I'm going to read it so you'll see me. I'm grabbing my laptop here. And in regards to what Q had typed up, this was back on the 7th of August. He said, "Let me be frank. You probably won't agree." And this is the thing. We don't have to agree on everything. And that's the beauty of being a human. We have the choice to decide what we want to believe, what we think is true, our perception. And we have to question what we've been taught, question what we're telling ourselves, but we have to also look. And if you believe what you believe, stand fast with it. Don't be like a leaf in the wind and just blow around. And so Q had said there's a saying going around that says real people have small circles while fake people have big circles. And it's just one of those things that it's to kind of tell people, hey, if you have a big circle, you're probably fake, and you could potentially believe that. So it causes you not to do the work. And it causes where you may not have unity because you're not expanding your circle. There is one thing, though, that I talk about. You have to be mindful about your close circle, your very, very close circle that you can confide in, that you can tell them anything without the fear of judgment. You got to be mindful about that close circle, though. Those 5 people, the rule of 5, those 5 people that you're close to, you're going to become the 6th. So if you're close to a lot of negative people, you're going to become the 6th negative person. And so this is the thing that you have to look at yourself, audit who you're surrounding yourself with, because you are with yourself 100% of the time. You are with yourself 100% of the time. So if you don't have anybody that can shake you, wake you up, make you think a little bit differently, and don't hold you accountable, things aren't going to change. And so Q continues here, that statement is absolutely trash. How come a man or woman can't have a multitude of friendships that are solid and beneficial? Have you ever seen someone who was the top of their craft without a team? And think about that. That's something that for a lot of things, people that are at the top of their craft, they have a big team. They have a big group that they utilize, potentially have a mastermind and have a super mind when it comes to thinking about ideas, looking at things differently and whatnot. Without people rooting for them. And so you could have people that are rooting for you. And that's important to kind of look and see who's there for you, who is actually cheering you on. And when you win, who's excited about that? Who's truly excited about that? You've got to ask yourself. I would challenge you, look and see who's close to you that's cheering you on when you have the wins. And who are you doing that to? I have had friends who have invited me over to have home-cooked meals. I've had friends encourage me in my hardest times. I've had friends who have given me the shirt off of their back, literally. I've had friends refer and or join me in business. I've had friends promote my vision to others and support my endeavors and projects in music. And so this is the power of having a large circle. You learn a lot of different things from different people. And so it allows you to expand your mind, to look and say, are these stories that I'm telling myself, are they true? Or are they not true? Do I need to do some deep dive? Do I need to do some adjusting? Let's see here. I've had friends who I have laughed and cried with. I've had many, many great moments with friends. And honestly, maybe your life isn't filled with wonder and joy because you don't have enough friends. And it's one of those things that with a relationship, it takes work. It's a two-way street. And so that's where you've got to look at yourself. Are you hoping that other people reach out to you? Or are you doing the reaching out to other people? Are you hoping that somebody invites you? Or are you doing the work? Are you reaching out? Are you making those connections? And it's tough. Life is tough. We have a lot going on. But having that circle of friends, regardless if they're close or near you, it's a powerful thing. Who the heck truly only wants 1 to 5 friends truly? Really? On a planet with 7 billion people. Think about that. 7 billion people. We're almost 8 billion people and whatnot. And it's one of those things that there's so many people out there. You can have a lot of relationships. You can have a lot of friendships and have a big circle of friends to learn from. Honestly, most people don't understand the value of building friendships, so that's why they lack having any. And my big thing that I tell people, for me, is for our success in life, it's based on the relationships that we have. And within the Buddha and the Badass, Visyani had stated that when you have a dream, a lot of people don't get excited about the business plan. A lot of people get excited about the dream that you have and seeing the possibility for them to be involved with your dream. But those are people that are thinking big, doing big things, and have done the work. And you've got to do the work. In my life, having lots of friends have opened up so many doors that have given me the ability to learn and to pursue my dreams. From my view, it is possible that people with a small circle are more fake because they only know how to relate to a small number of people. And it's true. Maybe you have that closed off mindset because you only have a few people to relate to instead of expanding out. Where is that? And with it, which means less potential connections and friendships. That's another way of looking at it. In reality, most people are lazy and don't want to invest time into developing mutual connections. Anyone, though, who sees the value in growing that real life friend list knows the long-term benefits are astounding. If right now you only have a few friends, that's great. And like I tell people, I love you where you're at. So if you have a few friends, then hey, that's who you are. That's what you want to do. But life is about making those connections. Life's about making the relationships and seeing the good in everything. And so you've got to look, are you stacking negative thoughts? Or are you stacking positive thoughts? Are you looking for the good or are you looking for the bad? Because what you're looking for, you're going to achieve. You're going to find. So if you're constantly with negative thoughts, you're going to attract and find negative things. So you got to be mindful about that. If right now you only have a few friends, let's see, deepen your connections with them and also go meet new people. My point is, watch out for these little sayings, mind memes in life that are erroneous. They will mess your brain up. Don't just make money, make true friends. And how do you make friends? By being one. And so it's a powerful thing when I read that and doing the work, doing the personal development. And this is why I'm big on it, because it makes you expand. It makes you look at things differently. It makes you question. And you've got to question, because there are things that we've been taught. There are things that we have been told that we hold as truth, and it's not truth. And it might not be benefiting you because it doesn't fit your values. It doesn't fit who you are. So I would say, leave in the comments, what's something that you're struggling with? What's something that you believe is a rule that you really need to break? And what's a rule that you really, truly follow that you believe to be true and falls in line with your values? So like I said, hey, if you find value in this, if you find that the content here is great, share the videos. Comment, leave comments on it. I'll get back to you. I read every comment and I reply personally. And then subscribe. Let's grow this. Let's get this out and let's help other people. Let's bring value to other people. Let's help people grow their lives and get to the dreams that they want to do. So other than that, thank you for your time. Thank you for jumping on here, watching the video, and just giving me your time. All right, friends, I'll catch you guys later. All right, peace.